but it does show up in points scored over the course of the last 20. They had gotten beaten 119-96 1st of February against the 76ers. And since then, the Miami Heat have played 19 games. They've scored 112 or more points in those games 13 times, 68, almost 68.5%. And the Miami games have gone over that same amount, 13-6, 68.5%. That's great for full game. What we're looking for is full first quarter, and first quarter's even better. If you take a look at Miami for the season, let's just go back to when they made this sort of philosophical switch towards offense. Their home games over that last 19 game span are 10-2 to the over in the first quarter when they're at home. The Hawks, on the other hand, if we want to make sure both sides are good to us here, the Hawks road games, last 10, 7-3, 70% over the first quarter total. So both of these have been high-flying teams. Take full season numbers into consideration here. Miami's the number 4 over team in the NBA, 48-33, 59.3% to the over in the first quarter now is all we're talking. They're the number 2 team in the league at home. First quarter overs, 29-11-1, 72.5%. Hawks, really good road first quarter over team, 25-15, 62.5%. So there's a lot of very, very strong numbers where first quarter is concerned, no matter how you break it up. Whether you dice it up into the last 20 games, whether you dice it up into full season overall, whether you dice it up into home and away, it all adds up to going over the number. If you take a look at the season series between these two and use a 58-point first quarter, which is what we have to get over tonight, those games would go 2-2. The most recent one that they played, March the 4th, only got to 55. And if you're somebody like me looking for reasons to justify 55 rather than 59 that we need to win tonight, you would say that the Hawks starters, Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, John Collins, DeAndre Hunter, first 2 guys off the bench, Bogdanovich and Sadiq Bey, in the first quarter of that game, they shot 26.7% from the field. I doubt that's happening again, 26.7. Still almost got over 58 with miserable shooting by the Hawks. Played the day before in Miami. Game reached 73. Game before that, it reached 64. And way back in November, they got to 54 first quarter points, 31-23, without Jimmy Butler, without Clint Capella, without Bogdanovich. So you can somewhat excuse that one away. I think this one, the numbers all point towards over. And again, understanding that play in basketball can be different than regular season basketball, but I don't think the Hawks can flip any switch to where they start to play defense. I don't think Miami's going to go away from what's worked for them to close this season, which is more scoring and more offense. I'm going to try it, Prez. First quarter over 58. If this game does bog down, it'd probably be in the fourth quarter in these playoff-type atmospheres where when games are close, possessions become longer and it becomes more difficult to score. I'm going to try first quarter. Let's shorten it up over 58 first quarter, Miami against the Atlanta Hawks.